Okay, testing. Okay, so let me come see. Oh wow, you were done. You were done by the time I got you back. What's early?
It was almost too long. I think like maybe question off would be good.
Otherwise, I won't know where to put you off with my. Here's your shit. Everyone got one? Wow, that was so quick. You're good. Okay, so it's something you can look forward to if you ever take a math class with me. I always give quizzes every day. So let's just go through this really quick. If you're curious what the answers or what I thought the answers were. So at the beginning of the reading, which it was a pretty easy reading. Hopefully you didn't find it too difficult. There was a metaphor of a bucket and putting rocks in a bucket and then sand. And so you start with the big things and so on. So that was letter E there. And then which of the following tips were given? Circle all correct answers. Keep a semester calendar. Keep a weekly calendar. Start your homework right after they're assigned. And guard your free time. I think those were the four. I don't think any of the others. I mean, it would be nice if you kept a birthday calendar with your friends' birthdays, but that's not essential. And then finally, when should you start preparing for an exam? On the first day of class. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, that's it, right? The first day of class. So I think that was actually, I did my best to make it so it was simple. So this is the sort of thing, I don't like quizzes. Like I remember when I was in college or in high school and I had to have exams from like, especially, don't want to badmouth any disciplines, but especially non-scientific, let's just say, where it wasn't clear that there was a right answer. I always felt like, how do you, like it was so capricious. Like, why is this the right answer? So I try my best to, when I do have a quiz, to make it not only obviously the right answer if you've read, but also that it's not, there's no ambiguity. So if you ever find that something's ambiguous, let me know. It sometimes happens with my quizzes in statistics because it's hard to write, completely unambiguous question. Okay, we are going to move on though. What else do we have? We have stuff going on. Time management group discussion. So here, one of the things that you read about in your book was time management. This was the idea of keeping a weekly calendar, keeping a semester calendar. Both of those, by the way, there's templates on our Moodle site. You can download if you need one, but I didn't want to print one up for everyone because you might have your own thing that you're using. Some people have like an actual book, that has a calendar in it. My daughters were like that. They had these like books, and they had in the front they had the semester calendar kind of all laid out, and then you go through and you have each week and so forth. So whatever tool you're used to, that's great. You might have some online tool or your phone or whatever where you keep track of these things, but it's good to keep track of the important stuff, the big things first. Just like they said, throw those rocks in there. Like if you have a giant midterm exam, don't neglect that. Make sure you know where that is in the semester, and then you can stuff all the little stuff in a little bit later. But anyway, this is unlike on Wednesday last. This time I'm going to let you choose your own groups. So at least 3, no more than 4 people. So if there's anyone with 5 people in a group, I'm going to move you. Or if you have less than 3, I'll try to help you figure out where you can find a third person. But here are the 2 questions for this part of the discussion. I have a couple other things to ask, but this one, what are the most obvious ways that you waste time? And what are some less obvious ones? So take a minute and think about that, and then you can discuss it. And you might say, I don't feel comfortable sharing with this person. That's okay. You could just, talk in more generalities, like people waste time by picking their nose too much or whatever. I don't know. Then you don't have to out yourself. But anyway, and then which of the tips from the book sounded most practical to you and why? So take a couple of minutes and discuss with at least 2 other people, no more than 3 other people, so that the total group size is 3 or 4. And I'll come help you find groups if you need groups. You just have rows here. That's a nice group, right? You've got a group. You've got a group. Wait a minute, you're gonna absorb light?
Takes off.
Well, it does make it. Oh, there's Trevor.
Yeah, dude, I actually yeah. One thing that does take like a really long time to get it like cleared out all your stuff. I feel like they don't necessarily
No, I got this from like our mom. But I like my cousins have gone there. They have this.
Oh, that's so true.
Let me guess. You can waste time playing golf.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh wait, you are? Where do you go to play golf? Mount Vernon Country Club, is that just up by the entrance? Like up the hill? You could walk there. Sure.
We drove past your house this weekend.
Good. So they spy and scope it out. There it is. It's like a famous building. How's your, are you, is your trip on that? You got it all figured out. But now you're engaged anyways. Well, this is a good illustration of yours is doing something? Oh, it's your job. Oh, I gotta. Yeah, I know.
I mean, like, you're probably not, but like, where are the I guess give you a ticket, but.
Hey, let's discuss these two because there's more to come. So let's see what we have. If you have any good ideas. So the first one, how do we waste time? Let's make a list so that I know how I can do it too. So how are you guys? Or do you could always say I don't, but I see other people do this. That way you can pretend that it's not you. Wait a minute. Let me remind me of your name.
Carter.
Carter. Okay, Carter. What do you got?
Scrolling.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite. You ever do this? Scroll. Oh, sorry. Is that like an old person? My mother-in-law, she's 80. She uses her pinky. She goes like this. I make fun of her. Now you can make fun of me because I use my pointer finger. Very nice. So doom scrolling. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, I'm just scrolling away. I did a lot of that this weekend, probably more than I should have. I don't know, it's like 4 or 5 hours. No, I'm just kidding. But I did do some scrolling. What else do we do? Napping? Wait a minute. Now here, though, I'm not so sure that would be wasting time. I suppose excessive napping might be, but we need our rest, don't we? And you're more productive if you are well rested. So I'll take that with a little asterisk. So it's napping as long as it's excessive. All right, what else do we do to waste time or that we waste time with? Yeah, what do you do?
Play college football 25 for an excessive amount of time.
Is that a video game?
Yeah.
On the PlayStation?
The Xbox.
Or the Xbox? Close enough. They're all the same these days, right? Okay, Fortnite. That's what my son-in-law. I went to I had a new grandchild born this summer, and I went to help him out. And my son-in-law, he played a lot of Fortnite. He's there. He's got his little thing on. And it was actually quite fascinating. Is this college football 25? Is it immersive like Fortnite?
Depends. I mean,
Okay.
if you like football, you probably like college football.
Okay, I have a Sega Dreamcast from 1999 with NFL 2001.
I got NFL Game Day 98 on a PlayStation 1.
Nice. All right, what else? So video games. I mean, that's sort of a stand-in for all video games, which I'm pretty guilty of. I've got. I deleted last semester. I had the various clashes. What is it? Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, both of those. I deleted them. My clan, the clan I was in, the math teachers. It's awesome. So we would have little discussions like, I was up to, I forget. Clash Royale, I had maxed out almost all of my cards. Almost all of them. And then they went to level 14. And then I started maxing out them again. Oh, I don't remember. I wasn't as, it was low. I don't know. But what is 12? Is 12 good?
12's all right.
Yeah, I was probably 12 then. Maybe I was 11. I don't know. Come on. The math teachers clan, a lot of us are like in our 50s. Yeah, I did that.
You did?
Yeah. If you're part of the clan, you got to do it. But now, yeah, I've deleted it. It's no longer on my phone. I might go. I bet I've been booted. I've probably been booted from the clan. But okay, we got to move on. We're wasting time. Cool. Okay, Mike High. Movies. They're a waste of time. Well, sometimes there's educational movies, but yeah, they can be. I think all of these can be a waste of time, but not necessarily. What about the tips that you saw here? there were like four major tips at the beginning about how to deal with time management. Does anyone remember any of those that you thought were particularly helpful? All right, remind me your name again.
Bodie.
What?
My name's Connor, but I just go by Bodie. So.
Bodie?
Yep.
Okay, that's good to know. See, it's a good thing I asked, Bodie. Okay, what do you got here? Which tip?
I liked it in the book how it kind of just told you to lie about having free time.
It did!
So
I was shocked!
I was a little shocked too, but honestly, it's kind of a good tip.
Yeah, I was shocked.
No
I was like,
how morally right or wrong.
I got to that and I was like, wait a minute. Isn't this lying? Well, it depends. It depends. I think that you could probably justify it saying that you have made an appointment with yourself. I kind of like they kind of walked it back a bit. They're like, just lie about it. And then they're like, but actually you're sort of making an appointment for yourself to do this. So
Pretty sure you even said like if you're not morally comfortable with it, there's a difference.
yeah. So maybe that's it. Yeah, but
I'm just trying to let people know if I don't want to go. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's that.
I did with the baby and just never.
Yeah, Bodie, you are stronger than most of the rest of us. You have a good self confidence. So good job. So other tips. That was definitely my favorite. Was just lie, or massage the truth. Let's just say. So what else do we have that you thought was interesting? All right. Yeah, that may eclipse all the rest of them. I think the rest of them were boring. What were they? Let's see. Yeah, learn to say you have an appointment. That's tip number 3. Start homework assignments as soon as they're given. And then let's see. Keep a semester calendar. Okay, boring. Weekly calendar, boring. Yeah, that was it. Okay, well, let's go on then. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so 2 new things. 2 new questions for you. So test taking. There was a little section on that. How do you prepare yourself for a test day? And then how might you better plan ahead? Those 2 questions are good. And the asterisk there is just that in sessions 9 through 12, so in a couple weeks, we'll have some additional information about test taking and so on, because we're going to be getting into like midterms eventually. It'd be nice to have some strategies. But take a few minutes and discuss how do you prepare and how might you do better, I guess, are the 2 questions. Take a minute, go ahead and do that.
Case.
Well, what do you think? How do we prepare for tests? Anyone have any good tips as to what you do, or maybe bad tips? Mike High?
Study.
Study? What do you mean by that, though?
Uh,
When, well, how, where?
Look over your notes and your door.
Okay, and when do you do this?
The night before.
Okay, excellent. All right, any other tips or tricks to what to do? Interesting, everyone's quiet. Amazing. So my dad used to tell me not to do what Mike I is suggesting. Don't study. So his thing, he was an astrophysicist. I inherited this from him when he passed away. But along with other ties. But his deal was, he said, if you've done the work, if you've been working during the semester through the class, you shouldn't need to study. And so get a good night's sleep. That's what he said. Go to bed early, get a good night's sleep. You'll do better on the test. I don't know if, I think my problem was I didn't always follow his suggestions for the first half of that statement. That is, if you have been studying and paying attention all semester, because I certainly didn't do great on all of my exams. But anyway, that's another I guess view of this. But how might you better plan ahead? I guess that requires you to plan ahead if you take that suggestion. But does anyone have any thoughts on that? Planning ahead? Yeah, what do you think, Brooklyn?
If you know the test is coming up, to start studying like the week before, so it's not, you don't have to like cram it all the day before when you also probably have other homework to do.
Yeah, day before's terrible. A week before would be good, maybe even a month before. So, but anyway, yeah, the week before is good. Plan ahead, sort of, and this is where having that bucket, put those big rocks in. What are the big rocks? Metaphorically, they're your projects, your midterms, all of the important stuff, those big things, and then you can slide the other stuff in the gaps. But those big things, we need to make room for them. Things like the exams, especially all the professors like to give exams right before midterm break. So probably in early October, you're going to have a bunch of exams. Okay, very good. Let's see, anything else about that? I don't know. Yeah, we'll have more about test taking in a bit. This is on I've got a list of things that I've been asked to share with you, and one of them is the CSS. So you might know about speaking of test taking and test prep, you might know about the Center for Student Success. Why can't I see it? Because it's frozen, right? Yes, it is. There it is. So Center for Student Success, there's a web page, MVNU CSS. You just Google that, or it's on our web page somewhere. Well, I'm looking at it now. I could put a link, I guess, on our Moodle page. But this describes what this is all about. But I just wanted to point out some of the things that the CSS offers. They have one-on-one tutoring, and here's a pro tip. So if you go here, it says students can access the tutoring here. And so you click that, and you've got a list of, choose a service you want. So you want one-on-one tutoring, right? Now, let's say that your course, so let's say that you're in my multivariable calculus class. Multivariable calculus. You will not find multivariable calculus on this list. However, it is? Oh, darn. Okay, how about probability? My probability class, it's not there. Good. So probability, you need some help with probability. You'd be like, well, let's just go adjacent to probability. Multivariable calculus, it's close enough, right? It's so funny that used to not be on the list. So now it's on there. And then you're like, okay, let's see, maybe this day. And then you can see who's, oh, here we go. Let's see, who is it? Doesn't it tell us?
It had it up there.
Oh, it had it. I was missed. I wasn't looking close enough. But anyway, so you can actually sort of game the system, so to speak. that if you need help with accounting 3, but there is no accounting 3 tutoring, you might find that the person who does accounting 1 is it's good to they can help you out. I don't want to suggest you do this for too much because I might get in trouble because I know that the CSS bosses don't like me to tell people to do this, but just if you have an emergency situation, you can go get some tutoring. And even if there's not a tutor for your specific subject, like a literature class, you could pick, okay, let's just pick another literature class and just say that's what I need tutoring with. And then, it's sometimes helpful just to have another person there to help you who is smart. And these people are all smart. Supplemental instruction that you only need to know about when if you're in a class that has it. But the writing lab is an excellent source for, they'll do editing, or not editing, they'll give you feedback, I believe, on, and I don't know, it says click here. I don't see a clickable link though. Oh, it is clickable. So you can make an appointment with a writing coach to help you with writing, and I think probably you could use, what? This is the same list. Oh, writing coach. Okay, it's confused. All right, yeah, you can see how much I use this system. So then you have some, we don't need to know about that necessarily, or and then there's getting in touch. So use these services seriously. If you, it's a great service that we have. The writing thing, especially. Just out of curiosity, Juliana, I know I'm putting you on the spot. Did you have anything to add to the CSS? Do you have any experience with them?
I can add something. I don't have personal experience with them. I know a lot of the tutors for business, so they're really great. CSS also offers supplemental instruction, which is like an upperclassmen leading small groups for general education courses. So if any of you are in like Western Trad or something like that, you can meet a small group of your class outside class time for like large group tutoring.
So it's like a study group almost. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, so it may be something that you want to access at some point. Okay, so let's see what's next on my agenda. I know it's a lot of stuff here, but I've got my list. Wellness wheel. So did I email you about this? Yeah, I was like, I read the book and I'm like, I don't even know how to fill out this wellness wheel thing. And so I ended up looking, I just Googled and I found this. And this is my, after answering the questions, I don't know how accurate it is, probably not the greatest, but I probably should have been a little bit more, now that I see my scores, I probably should have been a little bit more, added some more variability, because the questions were like, how good do you feel about this, whatever it is? And I was like, I feel okay. So most of them I'm like, whatever. So I was scoring most of the things 4s, except for like the physical wellness. It's like, do you exercise every day? Yes, I do. And I don't know what else it said there. What else did I have? Yeah. And so I feel like I would have rather had more variability among the pie charts, but you can see my lowest, interestingly, spiritual. So that's probably due to the fact that I don't feel great about I don't have a good small group, support structure at this point in my life. So there's been times in my life where I've had more of a spiritual support structure. Now I feel like I lack that. And social, that makes sense, just knowing, yeah, well, anyway, we don't have to go into that. I'm a little bit of it. I'm an introvert. I know I fake it. I fake it really well. To be an extrovert, but I'm not. I'm an introvert. But financial, I'm good with. Physical, that makes sense because, yeah, I'm pretty healthy. But anyway, I just thought that it was interesting. And so I think maybe next year, if I do this class again, I'll actually encourage you. I'll find a better one maybe that where you can just fill out. Because I don't know, I had trouble thinking about, okay, rate these on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't know. No, what am I supposed to say? So anyway, you might have your own. Okay, moving on. We have some more things to deal with. travel form. I know I've been bugging you about this, but because this is coming up. So you've already given me your paper form, I hope, and then there's the digital form, and I still have yet to get some clarity on a few of you asked me about the parent guardian signature. I'll get that hopefully by Wednesday and clarity on that. But if you haven't done it already, the digital form you can scan with your phone. I believe I also have this on my Moodle site. Let me double check. Give me a sec here. Gateway. I think I put the link up here. If not, I should have. Where is it? Travel. Yeah, there it is. So, oops, now it's disappeared. But here, I'll put the Moodle. Just a minute. Grab Moodle. Moodle's coming over. Oh, it's so little. Okay, yeah. So I put the wellness wheel there, and then travel. So this is underneath. I don't know what topic this is. Is this like stuff for the course? Course resources. So you have the wellness wheel. If you wanted to fill out it's just a 20 question survey. So it's not as, like I said, I'll probably get something better for next year. And then the travel medical information release. I know you filled out the paper one. This is just so that it reduces the stuff that I have to copy from your paper form to my spreadsheet. If you do it here before next week, then I don't have to copy it. It'll be in my spreadsheet automatically. Okay, moving on, a couple more things. Here we are. So upcoming events. So tonight is the Club Carnival in the Quad. What is the Club Carnival? Club Carnival is where you learn about clubs. For example, I'm sure you all want to join the Math Club. Math Club will be out there and it'll be swamped because that's one of the most popular clubs. And so you'll want to get there a little bit early so that you can talk with the other students, find out when are the meetings, what do you do, and so forth. But there are other clubs that you might be interested in. And at some point, you might be out there walking around saying, I do not see a unicycling club yet. If you are a unicycler, you need to form a unicycling club. And next year, you could be out there with your table with the unicycling club. So not only should you go out there to be able to find out what's available, beekeeping, is there a beekeeping club? I don't know. But my daughter was in the beekeeping club at Gordon College when she was a freshman. And she met people, and she actually got gifts for us for Christmas. This beeswax lip balm and stuff. Weird stuff. But I was weird. Anyway, so you might find something as odd as the beekeeping club. I don't know what all the clubs that we have here at MPNU are, but Juliana, are you in any clubs?
I'll be there tonight representing Enactus, which is mostly business students, but is open to everyone.
Excellent. Enactus, which is business spelled backwards?
Which stands for Entrepreneurial Action Us.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, so entrepreneurial action. And so if you're interested in that, you don't have to be a business major. You can just be part of that and you get to do cool things.
Yep, we run the first one campus.
Excellent. So go visit Juliana at the very least. Go say hi to her at the Enactus table.
Huh?
You got it? Galway? What? It's in Galway?
First store in Galway. Now everybody knows.
Where? What? Oh, that's the
5 to 7 next week.
the thrift store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody ever knows about it.
Yeah, I always go to Goodwill. Do you ever have sport coats?
Yeah, we actually have a law. There's a business professor who requires business attire for 5% extra.
Oh, I don't want to take away from students.
So we sell them for that.
I get all mine from
$3.
Goodwill. Oh, see, I pay $6 for mine.
You can rip off.
I know, Goodwill, but I feel like I need, my arms are a little long, so it's hard to find the right one. Anyway, okay, so September 10th, that's tomorrow night, there is an event called the Syllabus Shock. Well, I don't even know what that means. Let's see if we can figure it out. Just a sec. Here it is. Syllabus Shock. What is Syllabus Shock? It is tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Foster Hall, Ariel Arena. It's a session on organizing the semester. So like what we've been talking about, if you're worried about accidentally playing too much Clash of Clans or watching too many movies or whatever it is. If you go to this, you can get maybe some advice, some connections, some free pizza, lemonade, desserts, so come on out. And oh, wait a minute, why does it say with DSG? I was just given this slide to put up here. She's not going. She doesn't need any. You don't want any free pizza or good connections, but you'll get your good connections tonight. But anyway, so this is something that you should consider if you have the time. Not required. It's not required, but it's something that you might. I guess you'll need computers and printed planners. I don't know what that is, but anyway, so something you might consider if you're bored tomorrow, you have nothing to do. Okay, a few more things, just a couple more. Don't worry. I know we're getting into seems like a scattered things here. Okay, so the cookout. So I was told that a couple of you have been scoping out the venue already on 11117 East Vine Street. And so this is next Wednesday. Once again, come late or leave early. A couple of you have already talked to me about the fact that you can't come, and that is so sad. I'll have to figure out, maybe on Wednesday I'll make a list. So on Wednesday I'll tell you what to do. But if you can't come, I'm supposed to come up with some sort of a alternative assignment for you. I'm not sure what. I'll talk to my boss to find out what he says. But you don't have to come for the whole time. Pop in, pop out. Grab a hot dog, hamburger if you'd like, or if you don't, just grab whatever else we've got. I don't know. So see me if you have an issue. Like I said, a couple of you, if you've already seen me, it's okay. I'll be gathering more data on who isn't going to come on Wednesday. Also, another issue you might have is you might not know how to, get there, in the sense that you don't have a ride. So if you don't have wheels or you don't have a bicycle or whatever, it's 2 miles that direction. It's super easy to get to. But if you do have any issues, including you can't figure out how to get yourself there, come talk to me. I've been told this year that I am not allowed to drive you there myself, which you got the travel form I've got to deal with, and now I'm not allowed to have students in my car. I don't know. It just seems like things have changed. Anyway, I used to drive students places. Apparently that's a no-no now. I don't know how I would get in trouble. I think they're worried that I'm going to smash into something. You're going to break your neck, and then the college is going to be sued. I don't know. But anyway, whatever the situation is, see me if you have an issue. Okay, so homework. You might be saying, this reading was so good, I want to read more. Well, this next one, I need to give a quick preview so that because the next one is a little bit more challenging. Just want to warn you, it's not quite like this. The last reading, it was pretty simple, pretty easy to go through. It was engaging, and it had lots of, I loved it that there were these charts, because then that was basically a page I really didn't have to read. And wasn't there one that was 2 pages, a giant chart? Whatever. But anyway, all of the tables and charts, I guess that's half a page. But this next reading is Dallas Willard. So Dallas Willard, wonderful. It's a selection from a book that he wrote, and he's this incredible author, Christian author, and this is called On Being a Disciple or a Student of Jesus. But I just wanted to warn you that this is a little bit more dense than the other reading, and you have a couple of days here. So let's see. This is 19 to 27. Is that what that's? Yes, 19 to 27. So I would suggest, and I'm being serious, that you should probably start this reading today or tonight. Read a couple of pages at least just to get into it. I would not, unless you really love reading. I don't. I'm just being honest with you. I have trouble. It's difficult for me to read this. And so for me to read this all in one sitting, I probably could, but I probably wouldn't get as much out of it if I broke it up into a couple of readings. So I will do the same. I've read this before, but it's good for me to be refreshed and to read this maybe a few sections, couple sections, and then set it aside, and then do a couple more sections. So don't be afraid of taking your time with this. But please do read this, and I'll see if I can come up with a good quiz for next time. This one wasn't too bad. Well, we'll see. I haven't graded it yet. If you guys all get hundreds, then I'll be happy and I'll be able to say, hey, this is great. We'll do it again. If not, I might be depressed and not be able to put a quiz together. So that's it. Were we early? We're too early. I blabbed too quickly. So do you have any concerns or questions? What do you have, Trevor?
Is this reading for Wednesday or
This is Wednesday. Is it not on the syllabus? So I believe on the syllabus you have listed each of the. Oh, I just remembered. Even though he said I didn't have to, I can mention the what it's called, the journal. Is that what it's the? What is it?
Yeah, journal.
The journal entry or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just be aware of that that's this week. So each week, so starting this week, each week we have to type a journal entry. The instructions are found on our Moodle page.
Is that one going to be due on Wednesday too?
No. The journal entries are due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. So you can take your time. And so if you want, I'll remind you again on Wednesday. But so if you want to, you can take your time on that. So that's not due. Okay, so any other concerns or questions? Yeah, so the reading is due Wednesday. The journal entry is due on Sunday, and then you'll have another reading every time. Every day you have a reading. It's just the way it is. They're all short. This one, it's short, but it's a little dense, so take your time with that. All right, I actually did download Clash Royale and Clash Clash. So I'll have to check. You guys can leave if you don't care, but I'll see if I can log in. I don't know if it'll let me log in. We'll see.
The peer pressure gods.
Yeah, so now this is all I'll do the next couple of days.
It's so easy to
No
do.
chance.
Bro.
Deny all? What is this? What if I deny? I denied. Ask him. Okay. Oh. I have not spent any money on the game. I just. What do I do? What am I?
What do I do when he has a town hall phone?
I feel like this can't be yours.
No. I just if you're patient. No, this is the way life is. If you're patient, you'll eventually accumulate whatever.
My dad used to play this game, and he'd just play it like little.
What am I supposed to do? Press and hold.
You tap these people and put it around.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Weird. I don't remember having to do that before. So, all right, I'll figure it out. I'll just put them around. I'll deal with it later. Evelyn, how are you doing?
I'm moving around with my director, so I can come to.
Oh, you can come. Yeah, now I got to figure out if you have your mom sign the form, but I guess you're living at home, so you can. But I'm getting word on that. Hopefully today. I got a response finally, and she said, "Oh, I got to check into this." So, all right, thanks for letting me know. Great. How are you doing, Anna?
I'm good. I can't drive.
You can't drive?
No.
Okay, we need to find you a friend then who can drive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't drive. You don't have a driver's license.
No, I could ride a motorcycle.
You have a motorcycle license, but you don't have your motorcycle with you. Oh, interesting. Okay, thanks for letting me know. We will work it out. We'll find a way for you to get there. I can always loan you.
I'm free.
I can loan you a bicycle even.